Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. My name is Lisa, and whether you're new or returning, I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to your daily reading for May 19th, 2022. Before I get started with the reading, let me remind y'all that this is a general public reading, so some, none, or all of it may apply to your situation, so please just take what resonates and leave the rest. Also keep in mind that time is fluid and not linear, which means that for each individual person watching, that means this could have already happened, this could be happening right now, or this could happen in the future. Also keep in mind that we all have free will to change the outcome of any reading at any time for any reason. So, hope y'all are doing well. It kind of looks like some shit happened. And if it hasn't happened, like already, like just recently, it's about to. Because I have the Three of Wands in reverse. Sometimes I see that as the card of settling. But this time I'm seeing it as something that is happening right now. Something that is imminently happening or happening right now. Something very all of a sudden. And the first fucking card that came out was the Three of Wands in reverse. No joke. So, there's a Three of Wands in reverse in here twice in two different decks. One of them means settling. The other one means all of a sudden. This shit's happening right now. This is about the third house of Gemini in the reverse. Siblings, short distance travel, friends, social media platforms, contracts here. And this is about the breaking of a marriage contract for many. Clarifying the Three of Wands in reverse is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is wanting to come out of the cold, wanting to stop ignoring someone or wanting someone to stop ignoring you. This is wanting to come out of poor health, and this is coming out of lack mindset. And then we have the Tower in reverse. So the lack mindset is someone couldn't change, or they didn't want to change, or they were afraid to change because someone went within with the Hermit card. So could be someone with Scorpio and or Virgo anywhere in their chart, whether it be in their natal planets or in one of their houses. But yeah. So all of a sudden, someone's coming out of lack mindset, realizing that, hey, they're not afraid of change as they always thought that they were. Because they've been really going within and they've really been meditating on it and focusing on these things. Why poverty scares them. Why communication scares them. Why their physical health is scaring them if it's declining. And they're searching for the answers on why they were afraid of change and why that they would just resist it here. And someone spent a lot of time alone thinking about these things and doing their shadow work, facing their fears about it. Also examining why they're overgiving to a situation with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Situations that they feel obligated to overgive to, but it's never appreciated. They're bringing balance to that with the Temperance here. So the three major signs that we have on the board so far is Scorpio, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Somebody's been needing to balance out this overgiving for quite some time here. Someone's been very patient here with this Temperance card. This is what someone's been working on behind the scenes, in secret. Because we have the Four of Cups here. They're doing this behind the scenes. during their meditation, transforming inwardly, and doing this in silence. And I know that Four of Cups is in silence because this is a false mask here. They're doing this behind the scenes, wearing a false mask, pretending like everything is all right, because they're not communicating to a Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles came in the upright. And this is not the separate person. This is the karmic spouse. The Queen of Pentacles is in the upright because they're about to be getting some kind of money, assets divided up from the ending of the marriage, which is why the Queen of Pentacles is finally in the upright. However, whenever the Queen of Pentacles squanders that money, she will then become the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So, this is a reading for y'all karmic feminines out there, where your marriages are ending, where behind the scenes your husband was working on themselves and healing themselves, wearing a false mask and not communicating to you about this. It's like they were doing this in secret in their alone time. And they weren't talking to you about it with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. There was a reason for this. So clarifying the Three of Wands in reverse is the Six of Swords. And the King of Swords came out with it. So this is finally this masculine speaking their truth, being honest and blunt, and leaving. All of a sudden, Three of Wands in reverse, drop of a hat, or so it seems to a karmic feminine. But what you don't know is that this was like a plan. This was always karmically meant to happen. So finally the masculine is leaving, being honest, saying, hey, I can't take this no more. We'll find out specifically what there's a lot of clarifiers for this stuff, so. Because a lot wanted to come out here. So clarifying the Six of Swords could be about the 6th house of Virgo, what you do every day, your reputation, and it rules your physical health. Health keeps coming up here. If I don't go, it's going to destroy my health. It already started. Protects against accidents and heals the sick. Interesting. In this deck, the Six of Swords is card 63, which is a 9. It's a 9th house of Sagittarius. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius anywhere in their chart. We already had Sagittarius as a major, so someone has it in their chart somewhere. Whether it be in their natal planets or in one of their houses. But the 9th house of Sagittarius is all about higher learning, spirituality, religion, long-distance travel, expansion, philosophy, and psychology. It also rules universities. Clarifying the Six of Swords is the World and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, leaving this karmic wraps up a karmic cycle of misfortune, loss of opportunities, loss of money, loss of energy, loss of health, lots of bad luck here. So the only way to leave all of this loss and this bad luck here is to leave. And I think that has happened. Or I can't imagine Holy Spirit putting this out before it happens. I feel like this is the aftermath. Because I really feel like these karmics are so shook and so upset and so unhappy. Like, this is the kind of reading that y'all need to hear right now to keep y'all under some kind of semblance of control here. You want to know why about some shit? I've already spilled some tea. Clarifying the King of Swords here. Could be dealing with someone with Aquarius anywhere in their chart, but they don't have to have Aquarius in their chart. It could just be about the 11th house of Aquarius. Or where they have Aquarius in one of their houses. But the 11th house of Aquarius is all about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your achievements, your accomplishments, faith, hope, healing, humanitarianism, a representative. I got clarifiers in 2 different chunks. I'll show you the 2 different chunks. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We got the 2 of Swords. We got the 4 of Pentacles. And we got the 3 of Swords. So, 2 of Swords is all about indecision. Not making a decision. The fact that in the past, this King of Swords held back from making a decision. It broke their heart to do that. Staying in a constant state of indecision about what to do about the marriage and about what to do about following their heart. They totally ghosted the person that they loved for this karmic bullshit that they were already attached to. So they held back and they didn't say anything and didn't make a decision. And the masculine broke their own heart doing so. Also clarifying the King of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So you're mad because your husband told you the truth about how holding back, not making a decision has broken their heart. And you're mad because they're telling you the truth. But, you know, just because you're mad doesn't give you the right to take revenge. It's the Queen of Wands in reverse. They can be so mad, jealous, and vindictive that they can take revenge out on someone else when they're mad. You have no right to take revenge on anyone. Revenge only belongs to God. You take that away from God, that's just more karma you're accumulating to yourself. And karmics, you've really accumulated a lot of fucking karma for yourself already. Do you really need to make it worse? I know you're mad. I know you're angry. I know you're losing the very thing that you needed, that you wanted, that you're clutching on to. But you never appreciated it. Never. You took it for granted. You treated the other person like dirt. And you destroyed the sanctity of the marriage with not being able to control your sexual energy, as well as your anger and your fits of rage. So yes, I understand that you're mad, but you need to hold yourself back when you get this mad. You're used to letting it all hang out. I urge you to keep yourself under some kind of control here. You could end up dead or in jail, or with a whole lot of public ridicule and embarrassment. Like if you act out in public in the community, in the streets, and people see you and you get arrested, and there's like, anything like that can happen. I urge you to keep yourself calm. I know it's going to be hard. You don't really have much of a sense of control, only urgency. The next card we have out is the High Priestess in reverse. This is somebody who doesn't follow their intuition. Or they didn't. No. This High Priestess in the reverse is the King of Swords revealing a secret. Right? King of Swords is here. Some kind of honest communication has happened. Queen of Wands in reverse is mad. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine energy. Could be heavy with the Sagittarius because the Wheel of Fortune's in the reverse here. But it doesn't have to be. They could have Leo in their chart. I'm feeling low vibrational Leo energy from this card, but it could be any of the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the King of Swords has revealed the secret. And what's the secret? That not making a decision and holding back their emotions and their thoughts and their feelings and ignoring their emotions for someone else has broken their heart here. And we had the Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a really nasty bitch. This is someone who is verbally abusive, verbally and mentally manipulative, as well as violent. I mean, this is someone who is extremely toxic, extremely abusive, extremely angry. This is someone who is, whenever they're angry, they say all kinds of nasty shit. They just let it all out. They don't care. Justice in the reverse, showing the Libra energy in the reverse, how they're being unfair, unbalanced, and unjust here. Because of lies, manipulation, deceit, nasty negative words. And then we have the Chariot in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in the reverse is someone with Cancer and Libra in high placements, which means sun, moon, or rising in their chart. And because this person's extremely unfair and unbalanced, They're not victorious. They're not successful. They're not moving forward. They're stuck. They're not going anywhere in life because they continue to be unfair with others. And the Wheel of Fortune is no longer in their favor. The next card out we have is Seven of Wands. So the King of Swords is finally defending themselves against the Karmic with the truth. King of Swords came out twice. King of Swords has liberated themselves. They've delivered themselves from their enemies, visible and invisible. They've released themselves from this unfair partnership with this karmic feminine here. They left them, Six of Swords. And if they haven't, it's about to happen. But I really feel like this has got to be the aftermath. Because if you really had you've been having the heads up that they were leaving. And you think now it's finally happened. And y'all karmic feminines are out of control. And y'all stalk and watch my channel, so at least it's a seed planted. There's advice here too. Just wait till I get to it. I mean, this is like, it could really be helpful. I mean, you haven't listened yet. I mean, if you listen to the advice in this reading, Karmic Feminine, you might actually get a little bit further ahead and getting a little bit closer into learning your lessons so that you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off. That's just the point. We're all supposed to do it. We all have to. Every single one of us has to do that in some area of our life at some point in time. And people learn in cycles. We're all learning together. In this deck, the Seven of Wands is card 29. It breaks down to an 11. It's the 11th house of Aquarius. Clarifying the Seven of Wands is the Ace of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. They've definitely liberated themselves from you, Karmic Feminine. You know that they're no longer attracted to you, and they don't want to talk to you with the Page of Wands in the reverse. They're ignoring your text messages. They're not interested in anything you have to say. They're blocking your texts, your calls, everything. Clarifying the Seven of Wands, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. There was no love here anyway. This is a breakup. This King of Swords, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, anywhere in their chart, they're leaving. Or they have left. Blocking your messages, blocking your calls. This is the end. This is what the universe has been calling for. This is what you have to get used to now. It is over. I've had endings in my life too. Endings that I didn't want to have happen. So, if you feel like you're alone, you're not. It's about the second house of Taurus in the reverse. So you don't have self-value, self-worth, or your own money, your own possessions, but you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here. So either you're pretty well off right now, or you're about to be coming into some money from dividing of assets, from the ending, the dissolution of these marriages here. So what you do with those finances is up to you. Are you going to be responsible for them? Because after the assets are all divided up, that's all you're going to get. So make it count. You probably have never even known that you didn't have any self-value and self-worth. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't know that I didn't have it for 40 years. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was about. It was a foreign concept to me. It was something I really had to meditate on. And I realized it was something that I never had to begin with. Until one day I did. And that only comes from weathering the storm, learning your lessons, paying attention to signs and synchronicities, and following your intuition, being the best person that you can be. I know these are all concepts that are foreign to you because you haven't acted in this way ever or in some time. I just saw 2626 on my counter. In this deck, the Two of Cups in reverse is card 19. It breaks down to a 10. It's a 10th house of Capricorn in the reverse. No loyalty, no dedication, no commitment to doing the hard work on this love, this relationship, this marriage, or your career sector. You've been extremely lazy. You've been getting a free ride. Clarifying the Two of Cups in reverse, we have the Knight of Pentacles. There's been no love in this marriage for a long time here with the Knight of Pentacles. Just be honest with yourself. The love wasn't real, mutual, balanced, reciprocal, unconditional. This was a marriage where love had conditions and stipulations and rules. It's not what love is. Love is freedom. And you made it about restrictions. Clarifying the Two of Cups in reverse, still is the Eight of Wands in reverse, which is now you're being blocked. No communication. The Divine Masculine's leaving you unread, or they're blocking you altogether. They don't want to hear anything you have to say. They don't want to see anything you have to say. The universe is blocking you as well. No back and forth communication between you and this King of Swords here. They're leaving. They've created their boundaries, and you know where they stand. But when they block you, they're leaving you with the gift of what? The marital assets. Because we've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Devil here. That's a toxic marriage and family. Very toxic. Someone who was very controlling, oppressive, manipulative. This was you. Was it not, Karmic Feminine? Look at this. Look how you lorded over the marriage, the finances, the assets, the man, the children, the house, everything. It was so toxic, and you were so oppressive about it, and so controlling, and so manipulative and dominating. You enslaved this man to provide you with money. And they're leaving you with money. So spend it wisely. Then we have the Death card. They freed themselves. These karmic marriages are dead, done, final, over. These masculines are leaving the house, moving out, or you're moving out, whichever. People are moving, things are changing, marriage is ending, people are moving, leaving. The divorce is about to be started, the paperwork. Everything's done and over and completely changed. It's dead. Because this King of Swords, they want health and longevity. I'm hearing Gemini, but it could be any air sign. But I feel like, yeah, I'm talking to a Gemini. I have the Magician card right here. So I'm talking about a divine masculine who has Gemini, sun, moon, or rising in their chart. Someone who hasn't been honest about who they are, what they want. Held back. Realized that wasn't the choice to make. They realized they were actually being held back by their karmic spouse. And that the marriage is very toxic. There's a lot of addictions. You have a lot of addictions, don't you, karmic feminine? You have addictions to substances, but you especially have addictions to the power you have over people when you're manipulating them. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you do all three. You have done all three. Everything you have done has brought this marriage to a complete end. Now it's the time for you to just accept it. No blaming. Just accept it and forgive yourself for it. This is the only thing that you can do. You're probably not going to listen to me, but that's the best thing that you can do to heal your soul. And I hope that you do. Because the sooner you do, the sooner you'll feel better. But I have a feeling you'll be waiting years to do it until you can't stand that pain anymore inside and you find like, fuck it all, I can't take it, I surrender. And that's what it's all about. How much pressure of pain and anxiety and depression and despair can you actually fucking take before you say, I'm sorry, I surrender, God, please forgive me, I'm here, please tell me where I went wrong so I can fix the mistake. I'm lost, I don't know what to do, I need help, I need guidance. And then listen. But that's only going to happen when you swallow your pride and you realize that you need so much fucking help, that it's so out of your realm. It's already out of your realm. But I feel like it's going to take a while for you to realize that in your mind, that it's so far out of your scope of being able to control things or handle things, that you're going to let things go so far to a point where you are just backed in a corner and you really, really are bound and can't do anything. And then you're really going to have a hard time getting out of a really confined space, whether that be jail or it feels like spiritual jail. You just can't, you just feel so confined and restricted and you can't do anything. And it's painful and it hurts. And it's designed to do that. I've experienced it. Oh, it's been agonizing. I went through it for years. It was like a period of transition. I have cancer in my 12th house. And for a long time, my chariot was in the reverse. And I was in physical pain because I knew that I wasn't going forward in my life. I was stuck. I knew it. I could feel it. I can feel it. I knew it. And I was like, I have to get out of this energy. I have to figure out how to get my chariot to go out of the reverse and go into the upright. And then it was like a slow process, and it physically and mentally and emotionally hurt the entire time. This is coming from someone who's already come out of this energy here. I'm trying to help you get out of this energy. Because when everyone walks away from you and no one wants to help you anymore, and you're stuck, you're out of options, you're out of resources, you're out of money, you're out of time, you're out of help, you're out of luck, and no one is there to help you, what do you do? The only thing that you can do is pray. Surrender. Take responsibility for your action. Be accountable for your actions. Be honest with yourself about the bullshit that you've done. And really desire to be a better person. No, you're not going to change overnight. But if you're genuinely sorry and you're praying for guidance to help you to stop being such a toxic asshole, you will get that assistance. And it will happen little bits over time until a few years later, you look back and you're like, wow, I've really changed a lot. I used to be such an asshole. And I did. I used to be a real asshole to people. I mistreated people really bad in my past. I really did. But I didn't want to do that anymore. I was tired of hurting people. I made a decision in my 20s that I was just tired of living this toxic way. I had a lot of addictions. I was doing all kinds of drugs, and I drank a lot, and I was very impulsive, and I was a sex addict. I did what I wanted. I went where I wanted. Whatever. I get it. I've been where you're at. Sort of. I say sort of because I'm just being honest. I've been in positions where I've been in divorce situations before. But where it's different is that I was the one that initiated the start and I initiated the end. I let it go. I was the one that was taking initiative to end my karmic marriages. See, that's the difference between you and me. You don't have that initiative. You just want to cling on to it to death. And it finally did die. All right? I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm really trying to help you. And I know that you hate me, but you still watch me. So I'm getting messages for you. I pray with all my heart that you hear these messages, Karmic Feminines. Because this is the best advice you're ever going to get. You want to help yourself? Or do you want shit to get even worse than you perceive them to be? Because shit can always get worse. And I can definitely account for that and assert that. I know that from experience. There was a time whenever I was like, shit cannot possibly get any fucking worse. Oh, and they did. Oh, and they did. And I was so regretful. I don't even remember what happened. I didn't want to remember. It was awful. And it literally happened that week that I was proven wrong. That shit can always get worse. So, no need to think negatively here. Because that's what's gotten you into this mess up to this point. Now it's time to think about how you're going to move forward in life as this new autonomous person. Someone who is newly single and by themselves going into the world. After a period of being so codependent on a marriage here for finances and residential stability here. That's all dead and gone. Just being pragmatic here. So stop pining for the past, because the present is here or coming very, very soon here for you. And everything's changed for you, or drastically in the process of changing. And you can't stop it. It's happening regardless. You're starting a new cycle in your life. Now, how you go into that cycle is up to you. Death is the card of Scorpio. You have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, right? And wherever that is, you're going to feel a whole death in that area of your life. Wherever that house falls into. Wherever Scorpio falls into in your house placements. It's going to feel like everything is completely ending. And if you have Scorpio in your second house, that's your self-value, your self-worth, the money that you make, your possessions, and how you feel about your body. And I shit you not, if you're a Libra rising, you're most likely going to be Scorpio in your second house. And if that's the case, this is going to transform your whole projection of yourself, if you allow it to. Because it's all about choices. We're not forced to do anything. But if we do things of our own free will, we get blessed accordingly. Clarifying the death is the Three of Wands in the reverse. This is about settling. The King of Swords will no longer settle for situations here. The King of Swords wants happiness here with the Sun. Now, this masculine could have Leo somewhere in their chart, or they're walking towards someone with Leo in their chart. Take it how it resonates for you. But they're no longer settling for the situation with you. And these divine masculines are walking towards the Sun, gaining more and more clarity and illumination, and they're walking towards their happiness. Could be a person. It could be them. It could just be their spiritual awakening, leading them out of the darkness and into the light. But it could just be a whole lot more than that. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is like layered like an onion. So this might even have multiple meanings for you. Take it how it resonates and leave the rest. Then we have the Five of Cups in reverse. This masculine is no longer feeling guilty or remorseful or regretful about walking away from the home and family here. That's what was keeping them from leaving before. That's why they stayed in this state of indecision and held back. Because it was because of guilt. They were already involved with you and your situation here. But that broke their heart. They're no longer sad about it, though. And they no longer feel the guilt and shame about walking away from this family here. And they no longer feel guilt and shame about wanting to be happy. This is someone who wants to be unapologetically happy, and they give no fucks about it. This is someone who has had their happiness infringed upon and taken away from them. And maybe you understand how this feels. Maybe you have to go back into your childhood to really understand how this feels. But Karmic Feminine, do you remember how it feels to have somebody come along and block you from your happiness at all costs? With negativity, with fear, with doubt, with disillusionment, any of these things. And I'm sure that you have. I'm sure this is how you grew up, because this is how your parents treated you, because this is how you grew up to be. Except you, instead of doing this to just your children, you did this to your partner too. Because it was a reaction to your past trauma, was it not? Think about it. You're reacting nasty and negatively, with fear, with doubt, disillusion, with anger, with anxiety, resentment, betrayal, any of these, etc. Whenever you're in any and all of these energies, think about this. How do you truly feel? And I bet that you feel like you were given no other choice. But that couldn't be further from the truth. That's just your narcissistic fears and egos. Your ego talking to you. Your narcissistic ego. You have a lot of fears. You make decisions out of fear. You respond out of fear. You really can't do that. You destroy your own life by doing that. But I know whenever I was little, there was a few things that made me happy. A few things that I enjoyed doing. I like to read. Love to read. And I'd spend as much time as I could doing that. But one day I found that I could not do that at home. I belonged to a book club, and my mom wanted me to clean the house and, do all that stuff instead, because she didn't step up to the plate and handle her responsibilities, so it was up to me to take care of the kids, the house. Maybe I went to school, maybe I didn't. But when she caught me reading when I needed to be cleaning or watching the kids or something, she ripped my books. So she told me I was allowed to stay in the book club, but read my books at school from then on. So that's what I did. I also had these superstar trading cards. I had like different rock stars on it, like Ozzy and Zakk Wylde, and rappers like, I don't know, CNC Music Factory. I don't know, there was a bunch of them. And I had a whole bunch of them. I love them things. Well, one day I pissed my mom off and she ripped all them up too. So whenever shit like that happens to you enough, and believe me, this has happened to me over and over and over again in my life with many different people in my life. People just trying to infringe on my happiness, and you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to make me happy. I mean, I can be content with something small here. I went from superstar trading cards to tarot cards. I mean, but listen, when you're infringing on someone else's happiness for so long, they start going into this I don't give a fuck mode at some point. They develop this at some point as a coping mechanism for protection. You abuse someone long enough, hard enough, far enough, lie to someone long enough, one day they're going to stand up to you. They're going to tell you the truth. And you're not going to like it. And they're not going to give two fucks. Because this person just wants to follow their happiness. 10 of Cups in the sun. We also have the 5 of Wands in the reverse with the 7 of Pentacles. This person just wants to not fight anymore. And they want to invest in peace. And with you around, there is no peace. Because you're like hell on wheels. They want peace and they want happiness. That's the change. That's why they're leaving. Because you promote neither peace, love, or happiness. Clarifying the Death is the Hierophant in the reverse. So that's this corrupt marriage coming to a complete end. This was karmically meant to happen. It was always destined to happen. It is time for you to accept this now. This marriage is over. This marriage is dead. This marriage is done. It is final. I've been telling you this for months. You didn't want to believe it. You were really in denial. You really pushed it away. You really didn't want to believe it. The end is here or the end is near. The sooner you accept that to move forward, the better for you. Hierophant in reverse is Taurus energy. So it's time to release your belief systems that you have about being so toxically codependent on this marriage, because a new way of living is about to be born, and the sooner that you embrace that and accept that, the better for you. The Hierophant in reverse is card number 9. 9th house is Sagittarius in the reverse. So yeah, this is definitely wrapping up a cycle of misfortune. Leaving and getting this divorce, wrapping up these karmic cycles here. But here you are, coming back with apologies, wanting to heal this marriage, wanting to reconcile this marriage. This marriage is dead. It's over. All right? So, you're probably not going to listen to me. You're probably going to give 1,000,001 apologies and cry yourself a river to heal this marriage, to ask for forgiveness from this masculine energy, if they even receive your messages, that is. It's over. Don't take it personally. You will find out that it is done. Your apologies, your sob stories, your excuses, the things that used to work for you in the past are no longer going to work for you. Sorry. Just not. Because it was always karmically meant to end. this person is sick of your shit. The best thing that you can do now is embrace the change and move forward. Make the best of your life alone. Stop giving this man grief. But hey, the choice is yours. You want more karma? You want more shit in your life to get harder? It's already hard. So, the next card out is the Eight of Cups in reverse. That's emotional immaturity. And this is you returning with the apologies here. Got the Six of Swords in the reverse too, which is another return. So, you're probably going to try to return twice. But this is the final result of your return, Karmic Feminine. Nine of Swords. Anxiety, overthinking, not being able to sleep. Why? Because you keep trying to scheme a way back in when it's fucking over. Maybe you shouldn't be trying to fucking scheme your way back into someone else's money. It's time to stop being so overly focused on someone else's money and start figuring out a plan of how you're going to make your own fucking money. And you're probably going to have to start out at the bottom, start out at just any old job, and work your way up. That's what your husband had to do. So whatever insecurities you have about work, the best thing for you to do is the first thing you should do is get into counseling and find a game plan on how it is that you can find, obtain, and keep a job and be stable with it. Whatever is blocking you from that is what you should be focused on. So like if you have communication issues, like if you suffer from social anxiety and people make you nervous and so you're not a clear and effective communicator in the workplace, and this just brings insecurity to you, and so like you just found yourself in a situation where, hey, I really don't have to work on that because I'm getting handouts from this guy here, and now so you just took money and you didn't work on whatever it is, whatever the weaknesses were that you have about working. You didn't focus on that. Now is the time to focus on that, because it's not that you can't do it, it's just that you don't want to. Right? And the more that you do something, better you're going to get at it. The whole point in life is to try to get better at doing stuff. Not say, I can't do that. I did it too. I did it for decades. I can't do that. I was saying no to almost everything. I can't do that. And it got to the point where I literally said it so much, I literally got myself in a position where I could not do anything. I was lucky I survived. The next card out, we have the World in reverse. These are the karmic cycles that you need to close up. These are the most important. We have Strength with Aquarius, with Strength in the reverse with the Star in the upright. You're going to have to heal your insecurities. You're going to have to heal the past. You're going to have to heal everything that makes you feel inferior, impulsive, disloyal, dishonest. You're going to have to heal everything that makes you feel that everybody's doing something to you and you're the victim and everything's happening to you and you're doing nothing. That needs to be healed. Your lack of forgiveness towards others and yourself needs to be healed. And you need to turn into someone who says what they mean, means what they say. Your word is your bond. At this point, no one can count on you for anything. So, this is a lot of behavioral patterns that you're going to have to deliberately change. That self-sabotage you from healing the parts of yourself that make you feel unconfident. Because you have Leo in your chart, you should have fucking confidence. And for some of you fucking karmics, you have Leo and Aquarius in your chart. You are meant to be seen. You're meant to be famous. You are meant to be in the public eye, but you lack the fucking confidence. So you missed your shot. You lack the confidence to stand out in any way, but that was always supposed to be your destiny. But you couldn't stand up to the plate. Are you going to now? Because this has the chance of propelling you into fame, into stardom for something that you're really good at. But because of your confidence issue, it's holding you back. Fear of being in the spotlight. So if this is resonating with you, this is one of the first things that you need to do to heal. Because I kind of feel like for some of you karmics, either Leo or Aquarius is in your North Node. If that is the case, you have a huge karmic destiny that you're supposed to be following, and you're holding your own self back through self-sabotage and negativity. Letting your past hold you back. You're continuing in the same old patterns that you've always behaved in that are toxic. They hurt people. They hurt you. Time to heal these things. It's time for you to stand out because you were meant to be a bold leader and meant to be in the spotlight. And all you turned into was a tyrant in your home. Because you didn't have the confidence to take your shot into fame, success, public recognition. This is why. 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. Because independence, financial independence was holding you back. You've never been financially independent. You've always been financially dependent. And now you're aware of this. Right? And you know that in order to close up this karmic cycle, you need to be financially independent here. And you're in your head about that. 8 of Swords. A lot. You feel trapped. So, Listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. Showing up as the Queen of Pentacles in the upright twice. So listen. Instead of continuing to hold on to a man that doesn't want to be held on to, they left you. They freed themselves from you. They're not attracted to you. They don't want to talk to you. They're not interested in talking to you. They don't want to have sex with you. They want nothing to do with you. They want to be free. Let them go. So this dissolution of this marriage is going to give you assets and money. Don't waste that. Get into counseling right away. Have them help you find out how you can discover all of your insecurities, your hang-ups, how to heal the past, forgive yourself, forgive others, you're going to need professional help to show you how to heal toxic behavioral patterns that you have on other people. That clingy need for finances here. It's keeping you stuck. That's what's imprisoning you. And God will keep you alone here with this Eight of Swords here, imprisoning you, keeping you stuck until you learn to become financially independent. That's the point. The whole point of this wasn't to fucking hurt you. It was to help you. Because once you can get past this, you're going to be amazing. But it's up to you. Are you going to choose to be a healer and a leader? Someone who is loving, kind, and giving? Someone who is in the service of others? Who is kind and compassionate? To help others? Or are you going to continue in this belief system that you're special, you deserve to be pampered, that you deserve to have people give you money because you lack the confidence to be in the public spotlight, you lack the confidence to be noticed for your special skills, talents, and abilities? Did you ever think that maybe this marriage wasn't just about that it was holding the masculine back, but these marriages are holding you back too? Because I'm seeing a karmic who has potential for greatness, but they really went the other way with it. Just because they were obsessed with money. Obsessed with wanting to be provided for. Got in the belief system that the finances are owed to them. Just because they had children with these men. Like it gives them privilege. It really doesn't. You just made that up in your head. Clarifying the world reverse, we have the Page of Swords. This is something else you're going to have to wrap up. watching, stalking, and spying on people. Right? This is through tarot. This is you going to YouTube for tarot readings. This is you going to Facebook to keep tabs on people. You really watch and stalk and spy on a lot of people. But the main person that you're watching, stalking, spying, and observing is the divine masculine that's walking away from you. That shit's gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to stop spying on him too. And you know what? I can be a little Page of Swords too. I could be real obsessive about it too. In fact, it was probably like a couple years ago or something where it was just like for years I was just obsessively stalking someone and watching them, watching their social medias, everything about them. And then I moved in with them, and then I stalked them some more and, you know, tried to learn as much as I could about them, being nosy and going through their shit. Yeah, so I can definitely relate to how addicting this can be, stalking and watching and spying on people. And but I also have stopped. So I don't feel that obsession anymore. But you still do. So that's going to be a little bit difficult for you, Karmic Feminine, to stop doing. Because this is the first thing that you do when you feel like you're having a problem with someone. This is also spreading gossip, lies, slander, rumors as well, behind the scenes with other people. And I'm sure you've done that too. But this is like your go-to energy. When you don't know something, it's investigation time, or it's, you know, creating some bullshit. And it has to stop. It's the obsession. Anything that you're obsessed with, it's going to have to end. Because obsession is devil energy. It's negative energy. It keeps us stuck. And I might be talking to a karmic who has a lot of Capricorn in their chart. It's probably going to be very hard to resist that devil energy that you've been so used to jumping on the bandwagon at the first flinch of that feeling of needing to feed that devil demon here. Clarifying the Page of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse and the Two of Cups in the reverse. So not only do we need to end watching, stalking, spying, observing, gaslighting, spreading rumors and lies and shit, and all this other stuff that I talked about, but you're also going to have to let go of this man, this marriage, this breakup. There's no love here. There's no reciprocity. It's done. It's time to let it go. It's over. So since it's done and over with, if you're watching, stalking, spying on this man after they've left you, that's you holding on to the energy. You have to let it go. You're going to have to stop spying on them. There's a lot of insecurities here with this Nine of Wands here and the Judgment in the reverse. You just want to hang on. And the longer you hang on, for dear life, you're getting karma. I promise you. You're being judged by the universe. And I've been telling you this for months. The longer you hate, and I might not even said it this way, but the longer you're trying to hold on because of your worries and your insecurities about being yourself and being confident, being a leader here, you're just hiding behind this person. You don't need this person. All you need to do is heal yourself. And you could be great in your own right. But as long as you're in this, I'm not giving up on this, I'm not letting go, you're getting karma for it. You have to let go. The universe is demanding this of you. The sooner you do it, the better. It's time for you to think about a new life and manifest it. This Magician is in the upright. This is manifesting a whole new life without manipulating others. So, you have the opportunity to let it all go and make your new life how you want to make of it. But until you decide to do that, you're going to continue to get karma the longer you hold on to this toxic karmic marriage that was always meant to dissolve. Four of Pentacles. You've been hanging on. You've been holding back. You don't want to let go. This is what you're holding on to. Ace of Cups in reverse. There's no love in this marriage. There's no renewal of love in this marriage. This marriage is dead. There's no love in it. We got the Hierophant in the reverse with it. So it is an absolute loveless marriage. At this point, it's just restrictions and being chained to it. That's not happiness. That's slavery. So, this is a divorce. That is happening. The next card we have out is the Three of Cups in reverse. It's because of a third-party situation. The happiness is gone from this marriage. The love is gone from this marriage. It's all about duty, obligation, responsibility, finances. It's bullshit. That's why you're holding on. That's what you're holding on to. And the reason why the Three of Cups is in the reverse is because your husband is in love with someone else and they're moving on to their love. And that is what's making you unhappy. The love and happiness is gone from your marriage. That's why you keep wanting to hold on. But holding on is toxic and codependent. And you can't hold on to somebody who doesn't want to be held on to. They're leaving, they're gone. It's time for you to dust yourself off and manifest your whole new life without this person, without manipulating others. Because when you tried to do it this time around, all you did was manipulate others. Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You need to do it by the book this time. Because what you did before, you saw it was an epic fucking failure. You want a brand new beginning? This is your opportunity. But the only way you're going to get this brand new opportunity and you're not going to be repeating old cycles is if you make some changes in your life, if you heal some things in your life, and if you let this shit go and stop holding on and just accept that it's over, and just accept this new phase of life and just make the most of it, and just do your best to do your best. And that's really that's all you can do. Or you can continue to do what you're doing and make shit as hard as possible for you. I'm telling you the easiest road for you, so you can become the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Financially independent. Nurturing and caring and loving to yourself, your home, and your family. Bunch of cards came out. So we have the Six of Wands, we have the Moon in the upright. So listen. Because of your fears, you have no success, recognition, or you have no success or victory or public recognition in your life, because you live and respond to your fears. You're constantly living in your fears. You're thinking about your fears. You're meditating on your fears. And then you make your fears happen because you project your fears. There's a lot that you're afraid of that's in your subconscious that you must work on. This is also talking about how your fear has triggered your pride and ego. And what happens when pride comes? Pride comes before the fall. Six of Wands in reverse, that is the fall. So you've fallen here. And this is the reason, because of your fears. There is a lot of fear and work on your subconscious that has to happen here. We got the Knight of Cups, and we got the Six of Cups in the reverse. You keep romanticizing. Okay, so we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Six of Cups in reverse. You keep romanticizing the past. There is something about the past that you romanticize that shouldn't be, because your past was full of abuse, toxicity, unhappiness. This is definitely childhood programming that is very negative and very toxic. But you keep romanticizing the past, and you keep returning to the past. And this is like your family, right? Six of Cups in reverse. This is like your family, your soul tribe, the people that mean the most to you were very abusive and manipulative. They had a lot of childhood wounds themselves. So however someone was treated in their childhood, they in turn do the same thing. It's like perpetuation of ancestral abuse patterns and stuff. And not only do you value them, but you love them, you romanticize them, you love these people, you're very attached to these people, and the people that are the most fucked up to you is the people that you love the most. And that's what has to change here. It's you got to end that toxicity. That is responding out of fear. That is bending over backwards for friends and family who don't love you, don't appreciate you. And you just do all this shit because you're afraid that they won't love you anymore. And that puts you in loss. And you're not victorious. You're not successful. You're not. And Six of Wands in reverse is public humiliation and embarrassment here. Somebody who wants a lot of attention because of fears and secrets and the subconscious, that's going to have to be healed. Moving forward here. The next set we have out is the Seven of Wands in reverse with the Fool. So you're going to have to let down your defenses, Karmic Feminine. You're going to have to stop standing up for what you think is right. And you're just going to have to just let it go and walk into your brand new beginning without any cares or worries. Because nobody wants to hear what you want to stand up for. It's old and tired. No one wants to hear you out anymore. The time for that is over. So just embrace the change and the newness and take a leap of faith and jump into your brand new beginning here with the Fool. We have the Hanged Man in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. You have great clarity about the fact that this man does not love you. You know that. The Hanged Man's in reverse. You've been enlightened. And this leaving should really cement that for you. Stop living in denial. This person does not want you if they're leaving you. So you're very clear on the fact that this masculine does not love you, has not loved you, does not love you anymore, whatever resonates for you, but they're withholding their emotions from you. You know that. This masculine could actually be a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. But they're definitely holding back from you. They're definitely not showing you any more love, and you're not confused about that. Hanged Man's in the reverse, like that's a sacrifice that's been made. You've made a sacrifice to find out that that this masculine does not love you, and that's why they're leaving here. So at least you're not confused about that, but don't be in denial. The next set of cards we have out is the Two of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. This masculine feels like they went down the wrong path with you, and they really, they just want to take a leap of faith into their brand new beginning too. They want to start all over too, elsewhere. And Two of Wands in reverse, this is about your choices and decisions as well. Neither one of you has made good choices and decisions. So now it's time to move forward, separated, going in both in new directions here. Because that's what was always meant to happen here. Just go your ways, go your own way, separate amicably is the best way to go about this. Because if not, that's the harder things are going to be that they don't have to be that hard. Holy Spirit, what is the final guidance for the Karmic Feminine for May 19th, 2022? Please and thank you. What is the final guidance for the Karmic Feminine? Pertho. It is in the reverse because you're resisting following your destiny, and you're resisting this masculine following their destiny. But it's time to stop the resistance. It was always meant to happen. So stop blocking something that was always meant to happen here. Pertho. It means destiny, and the key word is risk. The rune is associated with inevitability and fate. This was always karmically meant to happen. The dissolution of these toxic marriages to all of this. This was all meant to happen. A young man walks a tightrope. He may fall, but he continues forward as he cannot do otherwise. It's in the reverse. Because you're on that tightrope now, Karmic Feminine. You feel like you're afraid you're going to fall. And you have fallen. Your pride and ego has fallen. But there's more at stake here than just that. You're like stuck. You're not moving forwards. You're not moving backwards. You're just not moving. But the only way through is forward. So I'm teaching you how to go from the Chariot in reverse to the Chariot in the upright and move forward with your life. It's up to you to take the advice or not. The card celebrates the beauty of the unexpected and highlights the fact that if one is not willing to take risks, one cannot realize one's dreams. Excessive fear of the unknown paralyzes us, blocking our plans. Well, that's exactly what's happened to you, huh? This card urges us to abandon ourselves to our destiny. That's what this reading is all about. You need to abandon yourself to your destiny. Your destiny is not with this person. You need to stop holding on. Let them go. Let's meditate on our sense of danger. Are we brave or are we fearful? You're definitely afraid. The moon's here. There is definitely a need for healing here. Fear, we all feel it. But we're meant to do things and push through the fear anyway. We're not meant to listen to our fear to keep our fear from holding us back. You've used fear in a way that has really stunted your growth here. Use that fear as excitement of like being in that moment of doing that very thing that you're afraid of doing, which it could be anything. But let's just say, for instance, you were afraid of really being open and honest about something, and you just let it all out, and you're just honest about it, and this is not something that you would typically do. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. We need to do everything that we're afraid of and push past it, because we're feeling that fear as like a barrier to keep us from doing something, right? And that's how you've been responding to your fear all this time. It's time to stop that pattern. So whenever you're afraid of something, your response is to be restrictive or hold back. No. That is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. You should be facing your fears head on. And I promise you, once you do, the freedom you will feel will be fucking amazing. Do we launch ourselves head first into situations, Are we plagued by doubts and tend not to act? Well, you kind of go both ways, don't you? And now I feel like you're lost between the two and you don't know what to do. That the reason for that is because you're not supposed to do either thing. You're not supposed to launch yourself head first into this marriage anymore, and you're not supposed to be plagued by doubts and tend not to act. So, that's why you're lost and don't know what to do, is because you're not supposed to be doing either of those things. And you're still operating in an old modus operandi that isn't working for you anymore. It worked for you for a while, that mode of operation, but it's not working for you anymore. You have to find a new way. That's what life is all about. Eventually we gotta find a new way to cope and deal with shit. What relationship do we have with others whose mentality is very different from our own? Well, I think that for you, you're used to having relationships with others whose mentality very different from your own, as you being very much against them, as like an adversary, an enemy. And I think that's how you've always dealt with us. You treat me as your enemy, but yet you still watch me. But I am not your enemy. As you can see, I've given you nothing but solid advice for months. You've consistently rejected it. I'm still here giving super solid advice, hoping that you can make the best of it and run with what I'm telling you, because this is for your highest good. But whether you decide to accept that and go with it is up to you. It's your choice. You can make your destiny as hard or as easy as you want it to be. So far, you've made things really hard on yourself. So, it's up to you now. You can make things easier on yourself now, and I've given you all the information to do so. But now it's up to you to put in the work on yourself. It's time to stop avoiding people that are different, like me, because you don't like what we have to say, because it goes against your belief system that is keeping you stuck and trapped and blocked and in a state of misfortune and constant loss. It's time to wrap up those cycles here. Pertho helps us open ourselves to the world and to others. It enhances our empathy and makes us eager to learn new cultures and alternate ways of living. Well, you don't really have a choice here. I mean, you do, but you don't. You want shit to get harder? Do everything that you've been accustomed to doing. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not judging you. You're going to do what you want. But if you can hear me, listen to me. Make this path. Make your destined path as easy on yourself as you can with what you've already done. It's going to take some work. It's going to take time and energy, patience. You're going to be tired. You're going to experience all the emotions. You're going to want to give up. You can't give up. Facing yourself is the hardest thing to do. Taking accountability and responsibility for the things that you've done and participated in throughout the course of your life. Really taking a good hard look at yourself. Coming away from the belief system. Coming away from your emotions and really just thinking about things logically and pragmatically. There really is a logic here. But you need to separate your emotions and your negativity to see it. And that clinging desperation because of your insecurities of failure. It's a new chapter for you too. It's time for you to make the most of it. So that's what I have for y'all for today. Thank y'all for supporting my channel in all the ways that you do. I appreciate y'all so much. My prayer is that you finally hear me, Karmic Feminine. That I was never your enemy. And even though there were times whenever I was angry and had an attitude with how you are and how you present yourself, I was always on everyone's side. I was always giving advice on all sides. And I still am. So, it's my calling, it's my duty, and I really truly hope, for your sake, that you take this information, you take it to heart, and you really work on it. There are several different points here to work on. It's all here. Watch this video as many times as you need. Write this shit down. Go to counseling. Get a plan of action. Do whatever it is that you need to do that is positive to be able to move forward. Because you're blocking yourself. You're keeping yourself restricted and held back because you're afraid. It's time to stop being afraid. I went through 40 years of life being afraid of almost everything and realizing that most of my fears were mostly unfounded. It was just my imagination running away without me. So you might find the same thing. I really hope that everything or something in this reading helps you, something to click in you so you can stop with this toxic codependency. You can do anything that you set your mind to, but you cannot control others. You cannot control others' free will to get what you want. So, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll be talking to y'all soon.